Rick, I believe this is you guys' third win in clutch games that you've had in a row, OKC, Chicago, and now this one. What have you seen your team get better at in those situations throughout the season?
Poise, remaining poised and keeping aggression. The game is a fast game, and you got to keep force, speed, tempo in it offensively, and then defensively it's a challenge because the other team's trying to do the same thing.
Speaking of defense, you guys allowed 73 in the first half, then 51 in the second. What changed defensively at the half? What did you like about what you guys turned around there?
We didn't watch any film at halftime. We just, challenged each other to be more physical and more defiant. The first half they were just doing whatever they wanted, and really we were doing the same thing. But the fact that we had 80 points and they had 73 and we had a 7-point lead, that was not okay. We have standards that we play to and that we believe are important, and the second half was much more in line with what those standards are. 51 points instead of 73. So guys did a great job in the second half, and things always get hairy at the end of games when you're trying to close them out, and that's just all part of it. The travel call, I didn't see that, but I don't spend any money up here over that. But the guys fought hard for the win, and Atlanta's a very good team, very skilled, very dangerous. Johnson's a monster. They have great shooting. McCollum is, he's a great guy off the bench. They got all kinds of weapons out there, and they're hard to play.
Just, you mentioned Johnson. I mean, just what obviously he goes for a triple-double, but it seemed like you guys made it a little bit harder on him, especially in the second half. Just where do you feel like you improved over the course of this, even though obviously he puts together a pretty, monster line there?
Well, we had Drew on him a lot in the second half, and he's really a difficult matchup. It's hard to put a big guy on him. It's hard to put a small guy on him. The big guys, he attacks what seems to be more easly, and the small guys he just shoots over. And he's good at drawing contact, and it's just it's a messy deal. But I thought our guys took the challenge and make the shots more difficult. I don't know what the point difference was first, second half. What was it?
22, 73 to 51.
No, for him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He had 21 at halftime, so whatever.
Huh?
He had 21 at halftime, so he had 33 at the end of the game. So 21-12.
Yeah, I mean that's him in a 24-point night is an average night for him. But if you're going to let him go for 40, you're going to probably lose. So, we dodged one there.
Another big night for all of your veterans, for Drew, for Aaron, for Pascal. I guess first off, Aaron's 8 of 10, and was going to the rim a lot. I mean, just how have you seen his game grow? It seems like he's had ups and downs as far as shooting from outside, but it seemed like you've seen some growth in terms of his ability to get to the rim and create and kind of score in the mid range. Just where have you seen his offensive game grow lately?
It's all about how the team is functioning, really. Our game is a pretty free-flowing movement type game, and when everybody's moving the right way, there are openings for everybody at certain times, and he's developed a great sense for reading those better and better each year. There was one play where in the fourth quarter where Mathurin drove the ball, made a late pass out there, which was a huge, really enormous play in the game, and I think it went from 1 to 4, the lead, and that was very big. And so, we're seeing a lot of growth from all these guys. Mathurin's getting better in a lot of areas. Walker had 10 rebounds. Furphy's had some very good games. And I thought Shep played a really good game tonight too. He didn't score a bunch of points, but he hit a huge three, and he had a bunch of rebounds. So all that stuff's important.
It's obviously pitched for, talked about how great Pascal's been all year, but again, he comes up with that huge shot at the end to put you guys up for 11 of 15 tonight. It seemed like he was getting to the rim at will. I mean, just what impressed you about his game tonight is basically it has all year.
Well, I mean, this is this is why we believe he's an all-star, and that's a tough shot against a tough defender. They got a bunch of tough defenders out there. You know, I mean, Daniels, Alexander Walker is really good. The rest of their guys are rugged. You know, Gay is a big, long guy that causes problems. Koloko can block shots. You know, they got a lot of guys that are in your face, and so that was a very difficult shot. They don't get much more difficult than that. So that was huge, and you know, I'm happy for the guys. You know, they fought hard, and you know, they like the feeling of winning games.
I know you said it's matchup driven, but just how much are you continuing to like what you're seeing from the small lineup that you're starting with?
I don't like anything about it in the first half. It was just a shot trade. It was brother-in-law basketball is what it was, you know. And that's not sustainable. We found that out 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was. And so the second half was more like it. And so that's how it's got to be.
Drew, that's the third clutch game you guys have won in 8 days. What do you feel like is going better for you guys in crunch time of recent games?
Not really too sure. I think the experiences of messing up in those situations, I think, prepared us more for these ones. Just understanding where to get the ball and just being patient, having the right space, and not rushing things.
Aaron did the postgame interview on the court. He said recently it feels like more like Pacers basketball
Yeah.
to him. Do you feel the same way? And if so, what specifically does that mean to you recently?
Playing fast, a lot of guys touching it, a lot of actions, confusion, rim attacks, kickouts, threes, just a lot of movement, a lot of pace.
Rick said at halftime.
Off ball. No, go ahead.
Rick said at halftime he challenged you guys to be more physical on defense, no film in the locker room. How much did you feel that in the second half, and how much do you think that attributed to the defensive improvement you guys had?
I think it was big. I think first half they were just kind of bullying us, taking us down, and we were trying not to foul, but it was like they were kind of bullying us in a way. So in the second half, we just stood our ground a little bit more, took those one-on-one matchups a little more personally.
Just to go back to the style of play, I mean, how much do you think, obviously the lineups are contributing to that, the fact that you guys are starting, you know, with Pascal at the 5? I mean, did you feel like that's getting you guys rolling, just, you know, having that many guys that can move and cut and space?
I think the small ball lineup and the other lineups, I think we're doing a better job. Being more healthy helps. Having more guys that's played that types of hoops helps. And then for myself, just, you know, playing the one under, like, feeling it out throughout the season, I think I'm getting more comfortable with it too. Yeah.
How'd you just feel shooting it tonight? I mean, I think you were 3 of 5 in the first. You ended up with 5 threes. I think that's your season high. And just what was clicking for you from outside, basically, and how are you able to just build on that?
I'm feeling good. I've been feeling good for a while shooting the ball. Yeah, I just want to keep letting it fly. The right one.
How have you seen Aaron grow as somebody that can just drive the ball more, basically, and do a little bit more off the bounce? You know, he's obviously always been able to shoot it and kind of drive in straight lines, but he was able to get in the paint and get some floaters tonight. I mean, just how are you seeing him add pieces to his game, especially off the dribble?
Yeah, he did a good job. I mean, he shot 4 threes, made 3 of them, so they're going to be pressing him up there, and it allows him to get those straight line drives. He's strong, he's athletic. So, yeah, did a good job tonight.
What did you feel like you were able to do? I know you got the Jalen assignment a few times in the second half. Just you guys were able to slow him down a little. Obviously, still gets a triple-double, but what do you feel like you guys were able to do to just make it a little bit harder on him in the second half than it was in the first?
Like I said before, just holding our ground, not letting him get so deep. He was getting to a lot of, like, deep in the paint, second box, bump shots, and we just had to get up in him a little bit earlier, up higher in the court. Stop that initial thrust, make him a little uncomfortable, a little off balance.
You said you're feeling more comfortable playing the one now. I'm just curious, what were some of the challenges that you were going through at the beginning of the season, and just as chemistry, was it, you know, guys being out in the lineup? Just curious.
I think, I mean, reps is a thing. You know, I haven't played the one since college, so just understanding game management as well as being aggressive. Personnel is getting better throughout the season with having our group back together, so that's being more comfortable. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Cool.
Leave it at that.
Pascal hit another big shot tonight, and Rick's been very outspoken about him being an all-star again this year and thinking he should be an all-star. All-star reserves get announced tomorrow. Kind of, in your mind, why has this been an all-star year for Pascal?
I think it's across the boards. I think he's one of his best years statistically. And I know we didn't win games, but you can only do so much as one player, one all-star. So, I mean, I think it's been explained enough. He can do a lot on both sides of the floor. He's our engine, and we're riding behind him. Yeah, I don't pick the all-star, but sure.
This is you guys' third clutch win in the last 8 days with tight game late, and you get it done. What feels better to you in those moments recently compared to earlier in the season?
I think we were able to execute better. I mean, I think that's the most important thing. Execute in those situations, get some of the shots that we want, be able to sit down, get some stops. I think that's just mostly what it is about. You know, like late game execution is all it's about.
All-star reserves are going to get announced tomorrow. What would it mean to you in a season like this to have that honor?
Yeah, I mean, it would be great. I mean, I think obviously like it's something that you wanna accomplish as a player. So I think it would be dope if I can make it. I think it will be a testament to like just the hard work and dedication, and no matter what, just continue to fight. So yeah, I think out of my hands. So just let's see.
Aaron said in his post-game on-court interview that recently things feel more like Pacers basketball. Was the phrase used to him. Does that feel the same to you? And if so, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just means like playing fast, moving the ball, and also getting like sitting down, playing defense. Like I think obviously the first half wasn't what it's not us, and then you see the second half, it was a lot better. Getting more stops, playing the way we want to play. And then, no matter what, even when we're down and everything, like that's just, I think that's what Pacer basketball is about, just continue to fight, working together as a team. And I think, obviously it feels a lot better when everyone, like most people are healthy. I mean, obviously we still have Ty and Obi out, but I think having some of the guys back, it just feels a lot better because there's a familiarity, and then the new guys are getting, like they're getting into the system and what we do, and they're understanding a little bit better, so it's good. And we just, no matter what, win or lose, like we're just playing together.
How much do you think just the small lineup you guys are starting with is contributing just to your ability to play random? I mean, first, when that small lineup is out there, but even when you guys add a center into the mix, it seems like it's just moving faster. I mean, does that starting lineup set a tone that continues once you bring a five?
Yeah, for sure. I think just being able to move the ball, everyone is a threat. And, like it's just unselfish basketball is moving, cutting, which takes a lot. It's not easy. I think naturally as a player, sometimes, you just want to, stand there around or whatever. But I think body movement, all these different things that we're able to do, like we got to continue to get better at. We're not even at the top of what we can do. And we know what that offense can do when everyone is moving, everyone is doing things. And we want to continue to do that. And I think small lineup sometimes helps with that.
How is it helping you personally? I mean, do you think you're getting more opportunity to get in space? Obviously, you were able to get to the rim pretty much at will tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think as much space that I can get, out there, like, is always the better. I know that, I'm gonna have gravity and people are gonna send bodies, so I just gotta make the right plays. But I think it helps if we're making shots, and I think that opens up the floor.
Impress you about Double A and how he's growing his game? It seems like he's just doing more on the bounce. Obviously, he had a lot of shots tonight, but I mean, you saw him do some stuff on the dribble as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's been working. I think when he was out, I see him every day working. So I think he's continuing to evolve. We know what he can do, shooting the ball, but I also know he can attack, use his body well. So I think he's continuing to grow himself and as a player, and I think it's pretty good to see him healthy, or at least healthier than I think he's still getting his steps back, but he looks awesome out there.
You talked about just the first half not being you guys defensively, but I mean, what did you like about your ability to kind of change gears in this game?
No, I don't think we want to. I don't think that's what we want to do. We don't want to come out in the first half and have a half like that where they score like almost 80 points, and then that's just not us. I think. We want to be able to establish that defense, but I think no matter what happens, we just got to keep going. And we had to talk at halftime, and I think guys came back with a little bit more attitude, a little bit more physicality, and we were able to get more stops.
Christian told me this morning that you were like a big brother to him. How special it is to play against a guy that is from the same city as you,
Yeah.
and your relationship.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's pretty awesome seeing someone from where I'm from. Yeah, I mean, I remember it was like one player when I came in the league, or at least two. And it's like to see more players from Cameroon. It's just it just speaks to the growth of the game and how it's been. And Christian, like he's when he came to Toronto, like just being there, like a rookie. I seen him grow, and I know he's been through a tough time with the injury and everything. So I'm so happy to see him out there on the floor playing basketball. I know that's what he wants to do. He enjoys doing that, and I'm just happy to see him out there playing and getting minutes. So proud of him, and I think he knows, like, whenever he needs anything, like, I'm here. So it's Cameroon, like we stick together, and I'm happy for him.
Pascal, you post a lot about music online. I've noticed over the years. Kind of what's after a win like this? Kind of, I'm curious what's on your post game. What's on the post game Pascal playlist?
Oh Lord, what's on my playlist right now? I think maybe that's a good question, man. I'll do a little bit of because I don't like to obviously it's like late, so I don't want to go too crazy. So I just maybe a little bit of Friday. Set the tone, set the mood. There's little vibe, melodies, and stuff like that. So that's always great. Maybe I'll do a little Justin Bieber. Okay. Yeah, like that you can never go wrong with. So yeah, I think I choose more chill vibes at this time. Going back in the car, just a little chill vibe and get home and life is good.